Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of Shootaround Sessions podcast with me, your host, Tawasi C, and my man,
Randy B. You know how we do it, baby.
You know how we doing it, and we just gonna jump straight into things. Talking about our New York Knicks right now, currently up 3-0 against the bummy 76ers. Randy, we had called it in 6, but it's looking like it's going to be a sweep. How are you feeling about our New York Knicks so far?
You know, wherever this run ends for the New York Knicks this season, whether it's in the Eastern Conference, the Finals, Championship, the most important thing about this entire series is Game 3 of the first series in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. After they lost Game 3, something clicked. Something clicked, and they have not been the same ever since. And it's showing. It is showing. They are dominating each game that they play. Game 2 for Philly, I understand it was a little bit of struggle, but they still showed the resilience, and they came back and won.
Facts.
But whatever conversation they had after going down 2-1 in Atlanta has changed this team for the better, and like I said, it's showing on the floor.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Proud of these boys, man. They made a switch, like you said. After that game in Atlanta, we saw a different team. We saw people playing hard. Even last night, we saw Mikal Bridges stepping up. Complete win. OG's down right now, which is a little bit nerve-wracking to me for the rest of the series. Not even for the series, but for the rest of our run. But I'm proud of this team right now, man. Jaylen Brunson's still doing Jaylen Brunson things. Cat stepping up. Mitch. We saw Mitch with this big lob last night. And, I mean, we got it wrong. I still feel like Philly is good enough at least to take one game, but they're being outmatched and they're being outcoached. Shout out to Mike Brown. He's making adjustments. You see down the stretch, we're wearing them down, and this is the kind of basketball I want to see us winning personally.
Yeah. Last night is because not to say everyone kind of locked us out for last night, saying, "Oh, well, they might not. OG's not there, and Embiid is playing. Let's see what it is." Honestly speaking, if Philly wanted to win, they should have sat Embiid. It is what it is.
That's a fact. They play better without Embiid.
It is what it is with that. But those guys came out and they did exactly. They played ball. Everyone stepped up. It's crazy. Before the game, everyone was like, I saw a lot of people saying, this is going to be the McBride game. This is going to be the McBride game. And in the back of my head, I've been like, nah, this is going to be the Shamit game. Watch him step up and watch him score like how we needed him to score. Because I think McBride only had 3 points. He hit a big 3.
Mm-hmm.
And
McBride, yeah, 3 points.
He had 3 points. He hit a big 3, I think, in the beginning of the game. But Shamit stepped up big time, and that's the thing. Is that next man up mentality.
That's a fact.
To go back to your thing about OG, the good thing I heard is that it was not too serious. Honestly speaking,
okay.
OG could have played last night. To what I'm understanding, they chose to just let him rest, even if because I think the Knicks with the mentality of, even if Philly came out, again, it's a home game. It's expected for them to win. And I'm not saying that they didn't need him, but they didn't need him last night to win. And to be honest with you, if I was the Knicks, I would sit him again next game. You're up 3-0. You might as well. Yeah, you might as well let him rest him up and let him chill out. Because we've proven that we could win without him. And Philly has proven that they just cannot beat New York.
Nah, it's a fact. I said it at the beginning of the series, even before the series started. I said, we are the deeper team. Philly does not have a bench. And we seen a chink in the armor, something that I'll admit that we got wrong. I thought VJ Edgecombe was going to be more beneficial in this series. I thought he was going to step up more, and we're seeing, I don't think he's ready for the bright lights just yet. Still playing hard, still trying to get it together, but you're seeing where playoff basketball is that different animal, and he just not ready for that yet, in a sense, if I'm making sense.
No. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, he has hit big shots. Time to time, you'll see him hit an open 3, get to the basket. I think he had 2 big alleys last night, but everything else, the intangibles, everything else when it comes to playoff basketball, he's a rookie. And you know what? I am not blaming him for it, but like you
Yeah,
said,
not
he's not ready. He's not ready for those bright lights, and he is going to be a problem. We're not saying that he's a scrub, or we're not saying that he's washed or what have you. He is going to be a problem because he shows flashes of greatness here and there.
yeah. And he steps up big time. He's not scared of the moment. He not delivering in certain moments, and I still feel like I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be a sweep. I still feel like Philly could pull it out, but we saw like Paul George. The prior games, Paul George is shooting the lights out. How many games can Paul George really shoot the lights out? I think that's what it comes down to. We see an Embiid. Embiid, as you've said since the first game of the season, Embiid cannot jump off of the floor. We're seeing that. We're seeing a hobbled Embiid, and every time he plays, because you see the difference between game 3 and game 1. Well, they got spanked. But in game 2, when he wasn't playing, you see a fresher team. You see them moving the ball faster. You see them attacking, but they just don't have answers for the Knicks. They don't have any answers for the Knicks. None.
Going into this series, and anybody that I speak to, they can attest to this. Like you said before, our depth is going to win us this. Our depth is going to win us this series. I'm gonna just throw something out: 35 minutes, 37 minutes, 34 minutes, 40, 43. That sounds like the Knicks starting 5 from last season.
Last year.
That is the starting 5 for Philly. They are. You bring up Paul George. Even last night, Paul George came out hot. Out hot. Hitting everything, knocking down everything, post up, 3-point, spinning threes, a spinning step back into a 3.
Yeah.
And that was it. He did not score again for the rest of the game.
Rest.
Tyrese Maxey, he is running on fumes. He is running on fumes. All right? Running on fumes. The only person that's getting any burn is Quentin Grimes, and Quentin Grimes is hitting 1 or 2 shots a game.
Exactly.
They have no depth. It's not. You said they might get one win. I don't know, because again, they're running their guys down. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm not gonna sleep on them. And I believe in the Knicks. I know we're playing, we're locking in on all cylinders, but it's some kind of where I feel a little bit shaky. Where all right, we might give them one, bring them back to the Garden, and win it. But if we could get through this next game tomorrow, beat them, and then we relax and wait and see who we play next, because I think in that Detroit series, and we're gonna talk about that in a few, they're about to get a sweep too. But we're going to talk about that in a second. I want to close with this. How are you feeling confidence-wise? The difference between us this year and last year. Have you seen improvements? Are you believing in Mike Brown right now? What are you thinking about this team in 2026?
So I'm glad you brought that up, because I thought about this a little earlier. So the difference between last year and this year was any team that begins the season, their goal is to win a championship. Of course, we know that. That's the goal for every team. Any team that makes it to the playoffs, again, that confidence rises, but you kind of know your place. Certain teams kind of know their place when they enter the playoffs. Yeah. Last year, Boston was the big bats, right? Mm-hmm. Technically speaking, no one outside of New York fans and the New York Knicks thought that the New York Knicks were making it past Boston in the playoffs. And then they beat Boston. Granted, the fact we ran into a roadblock, which is Indiana. Mm-hmm. I think the confidence level was high, but wasn't as high because we wasn't sure if we could beat Boston. The difference with this year, we beat Boston last year. Detroit is the number 1 team, and that's all well and fine. Expectations rose. So when expectations rose, confidence levels rose. So now this team is playing like they deserve to be in the Eastern Conference. They deserve to be in the finals. That's what I feel has changed. The confidence level and the expectations have rose, and this team is playing up to those expectations.
Nah, I agree with you 100%. I see a team that's locked in, and as I've said before, one of the main differences I see this year is the bench. Like I give Mike Brown props, he's got the offense moving. You're seeing the ball moving around, guys getting shots, and he got them locked in. But us having a bench makes a big difference, especially in a situation now where OG's down. You're seeing Mitchell Robinson step up. You're seeing getting quality minutes from Jordan Clarkson. Landry Shamet, that's our glue guy. He's always, when we put him in there, he gets you those quality minutes and those big shots, and that's what we need. And we got this real confidence, and we belong where we are. We belong. We're making some noise. I'm proud of us right now. I'm really, really proud of Knicks.
Prior to the reserves coming in last night towards the end of the game, the Knicks bench scored 29-0 for Philly's bench. They scored nothing. Nothing. 29-0 before the reserves came in at the end of the game, and I think it went up to like 29-8 or 32-8 or some crap like that. But yeah, that's just again, that's the depth. Philly, even if Paul George, Maxey, Edgecombe, Embiid have good games or great games, we have the depth to keep it moving. They have to sit at some point, except for Maxey, because apparently Maxey ain't sitting at all.
So let me ask you this question then. Let's say we watch this back, Knicks get the sweep. What does it mean for the New York Knicks that we got the sweep? We beat Atlanta, who's subpar team. We beat Philly, not really like that. We go into maybe Detroit, maybe Cleveland. What are you really saying about this New York Knicks team? Are we legit? Can we go far? Can we make some noise in this playoffs?
I'm going to sound like I'm in the locker room. We got to take it one game at a time.
You're not going too far ahead.
We got to treat each game like it's 0-0. I think Kat said that last night. We got to treat each game like it's 0-0 and go out and go with that same hunger and mentality. Here's one of the worst things about being a Knicks fan, and I want to see if we could attest to this. The New York Knicks, when they're good, their ceiling is so weird because their ceiling could be so high, but that basement level is still right there as well. Ooh. Where something out of just the ordinary, where they just slip up, where you can. One day you can look at that team and say that team is winning the championship, and the very next game you'd be like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we even here?
That's why I'm scared that we might not. We might give up one game at least, you know?
Right. And giving up one game, look, listen, Knicks fans, don't stress, don't lose yourself over it. Yeah, there's a chance they might lose tomorrow, but then there's a bigger chance that we just get the rest and relax. I'm just hoping, and this will be the transition here, I'm just hoping Cleveland could get at least 1 or 2 games and not follow the same faith so we could get some rest.
All right. You bring up the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's talk about Cleveland because currently right now they're down 2-0, about to play in a few minutes. Tip-off starts in a few minutes, but 2-0 right now currently. How are we feeling about, is it more of a Cleveland Cavaliers weren't ready for prime time, they got James Harden, or are you feeling like the Pistons are legit?
So this is going to answer your question, even though I'm stepping right back into Philly for a little bit. This series right here, it's proof that after this season is over, Embiid, it's time to wrap it up. I think this is it. And to transition into Cleveland, James Harden, I don't know, my brother. I do not know. It is looking horrible, and I don't know. I don't know.
Mean, I said since the beginning, since they made that trade, when they traded away Darius Garland, I looked at the Cleveland Cavaliers management, their GMs, the front office, like they was crazy. I cannot see in a world where even if Darius Garland wasn't healthy, he's still an all-star caliber player, and you go to a guy, James Harden, 35 years old. And we know in basketball years, that's old.
That's old.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
That's old.
And then I heard them on TV this morning saying, oh, yeah, they're looking for the James Harden that they know he could be to step up. James Harden has been proven for his entire NBA career that when the lights shine bright, when he's in the playoffs, they don't make it. They don't do what they have to do. He doesn't step up and perform. He got Donovan Mitchell balling out, trying his best to carry this team, and then he's not bringing it. And we called it. We said this when they made that trade. I said, I don't know how James Harden and Donovan Mitchell is going to work. And we're seeing that now. They just ran into an even better team who's going to expose them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. A younger team, faster team that'll lock down. And then again, you got two bigs in the middle that is doing absolutely. They should be doing more. But yeah, James Harden, what is going on, my brother? But then again, no, I'm asking that question like I don't know. James Harden has not proven himself specifically in the in the postseason. So I'm not even surprised at it. Again. You're right. When that trade happened, it made no sense. People people like a James Harden and a Joel Embiid, their name has carried them very far. But when the record books show and it shows who the winners and losers are, you're on the wrong side of history.
And this is my beef with it too, because, like you said, their name and their reputations precede them, but I really even feel like it's a media thing where you sit down and you listen to these people brag about these players who have never really accomplished anything. Yeah, they had a couple of MVPs, and even them getting MVP awards is kind of shaky because we all know that his MVP, Joel Embiid's MVP was not his MVP. People said they would have voted for Jokic. They just didn't want to vote for Jokic. So
that was a sympathy. That was a sympathy vote. Yeah, that was a sympathy.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You had James Harden. When was James Harden balling? 2015, 2016, 2017. Since those years, what has James Harden really done for you? And I always said, we said on the show, you go back to some of our early episodes, James Harden, when he was on that Houston Rockets team with Chris Paul and they was up against the Warriors, that was his only chance ever even to smell the finals. But they collapsed like they always do, and James Harden is just doing James Harden things. So he's if I bet my money that James Harden is not flop, it sounds negative, but he's flopping. Joel Embiid, we're seeing it. The guy cannot jump. Do I think do I think Joel Embiid's going to retire? I do not, because the man makes money, and they're going to say, well, let's see if he could get right during the offseason. We seen last offseason he was trying to get right. This offseason he's going to try to get right, and he should walk away. We've seen a better 76ers team without him. Him in the lineup. You see them running. You see them being more competitive, but instead they want this guy who's flat. Only thing he's good at is getting fouls and getting cat in trouble, but that's not a hard thing to do when it comes to Karl-Anthony Towns. Still love the guy, but he got to clean up them fouls. But I just say with this Detroit series, I hope Cleveland could at least get 2 more games, try to test these guys, and the Knicks to get the sweep, because we know we're getting them next round.
Pretty much. And prior to, again, I don't want to get overconfident. Prior to the season started, Detroit was a team that I did not want to run into. I wanted Orlando to do what they had to do. I wanted Cleveland to at least make an attempt. But like I said, Game 3 in Atlanta, something clicked. And the New York Knicks is a scary team. And right now, as a New York Knicks fan, I am not afraid of anyone in the East.
There you go.
All right?
Say it with your chest.
I'm not afraid of anyone in the East. I think every team knows that they have a fight when it comes to New York, and it's been proven, and they are proving themselves. 6 games straight. They won 6 games straight.
Saying, bro.
All right.
I'm telling you, it's like the regular season. This to me will feel like the closest we've been to 1994 in a very long time. And with this series with the 76ers, they've been winning in such convincing fashion. I love that it's not all blowouts. I love that we had that game, too, where we've really had to grit and grind to show that we could win different type of ways. And as you said, I'm not scared of anybody right now. Anybody. But we got to talk about one series out west, because we're going to save the donkey for last. But I'm going to talk about Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs balling out. And they taking a convincing, it's 2-1 lead they got right now, right?
Yeah,
2-1 lead they have against the Minnesota Timberwolves. What are we saying about that series? You feel like the Spurs is going to edge them out and do what they have to do?
Oh, the Spurs, there's a good chance the Spurs are going to the finals. There's a good chance. They have an alien on their team.
They do.
They have an alien on their team. How many blocks last night was it? I can't even. I don't even. It was.
I can't even. Let's pull it up. I think at one point I know it was like 5. I think it's 5 blocks he had.
5 blocks.
5 blocks.
It's
Yes, we can confirm that it is 5 blocks he had. He finished with 39 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks.
that's just ridiculous. Those are crazy numbers. The man
Crazy number. That's
is
video game numbers.
that's video game numbers. Wemby is generational. Wemby, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the finals. You and I both know right now it is extremely, and it's not just us, it's extremely hard for any NBA fan, true NBA fan, to root for OKC. And I know we're gonna get there soon. So yeah, those guys, again, a young team, they play defense and they anchor off probably one of the biggest threats on the NBA court right now, which is Victor. I can see them going all the way to the finals, to be honest.
Nah, I'm gonna echo your sentiments because this guy's a freak of nature, bro. A freak of nature. He's legitimately something that we have never seen in the game of basketball ever.
Yeah.
Like this is Wilt on crack.
Yeah.
Wilt meets Jordan. Like it's different level of it. And shout out to the Timberwolves, not even particularly Anthony Edwards, because granted he's shooting a high volume of shots and he's getting to the line, doing what he got to do, trying his best to keep this team alive. But I'll tell you who's his Achilles heel, and it's not the fact that DiVincenzo is out. I don't think DiVincenzo being in makes a difference. He has a guy by the name of Julius Randle on team who went 3 for 12 last night, and he's not stepping up. That's supposed to be your right-hand man. That's supposed to be your number 2, and he's not giving you anything. You have Michael Conley on that team who he only had about 4 minutes last night, so Mike Conley ain't really doing much for you. But you have Julius Randle who's supposed to be giving you buckets, helping you out, getting on those boards, and he's not giving you anything. He doesn't know what to do with Wemby. At some point, you watch the highlights, and Wemby's getting blocked so high that it looks like a goaltend, but it's really not. So it's like, how do you compete with that? And how do you beat that? I don't think they have an answer for Wemby. So Wemby and them boys is definitely going to the conference finals. Shout out to the Timberwolves. Thanks for coming. But we need Wemby and them to stay fresh because the next team we got to talk about, and they play later tonight, the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James. Is this team getting swept, Randy? Do you think that they're going to get to sweep?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because they are taking on a team that has yet to lose in the playoffs. OKC has not lost in the playoffs at all. So it's possible. OKC plays a game that, again, true basketball fans just does not like. I'm sorry. The foul baiting, the flopping, they're getting calls in their favors, they're getting calls, the other team not getting calls in their favor. It's really hard to watch. Like, there are times where I turn the game off because I can't watch. I just can't watch it, And it sucks. It sucks for somebody like LeBron who, in this particular case, needs a little bit more help. All right?
Yeah, he does.
Because from top to bottom, not only are not taking on probably the best team in the NBA, offensively, defensively, and on top of that, they got the refs in their back pocket.
Facts.
It's a lose-lose situation. I'm sorry, it's a lose-lose
situation.
So I do think LA might squeeze out one, but this is the brick wall we spoke about. LeBron and them was running into a brick wall, one way or another.
That's a fact. One way or the other. I'm trying to pull up the stats from the other night. LeBron's still putting up a fight because we know we got our LeBron lovers. That's what we would like to say. We're not LeBron haters on this show because we definitely support LeBron. But shout out to the as they say, the Bron sexuals, the ones who love Bron so much. LeBron last game gave you 23 points. Not very efficient from 3 because he's never been efficient for 3. But I do think LeBron needs help. If he had Luka, do you feel like this series would be different?
No, not at all. Because OKC has the refs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I keep it real with you, man. I mean, I do feel Luka would give you a little bit more scoring, but as you do say, OKC has the refs, and I think it's disgusting because you watch a series like in New York. Shout out to New York.
Oh, they play physical. I loved it last night. They let them boys rock last night. I'm
And they let
sorry.
him play.
Yeah.
They let Embiid get his fouls when he's ready, but they put the whistle in their pocket and they let him play. And I wish that they would let OKC get coached like that. I do feel like when they do sweep the Lakers, because shout out to all Lakers fans, Bron is getting swept, and it's okay. Just accept it. LeBron James will get swept, and he's not making it. And it's okay that y'all GOAT is getting swept in his later years. You know what I mean? They're gonna say Jordan didn't make the playoffs when he was on the Wizards, this and that. But we're not talking apples and oranges. We're talking about y'all GOAT getting swept at 41. If that's an accomplishment for y'all, then by all means,
We're
shout out
talking
to the Lakers fans.
legacies. We're talking legacies. Exactly. So yeah, don't bring up Jordan Wizards, and again, if you guys want to omit this from the conversation, cool, because these will be the same people that want to add it in if they made it to the finals. But if I want to admit this
That's a fact.
part, that's cool, no problem. All right, but if we're talking legacies and no comparison, all right,
None.
no
None.
comparison at all. That's all I gotta
Y'all can
say.
sit down, have a cup of coffee, feel good. If you had the same ones that want to say him and his son outscored the bench, guess what? Him and his son is about to get swept. First father-son duo to get swept in the playoffs. Shout out to Braun and Bronny. We love it here, man. They're making history every time they play. But that one, I'm going to call that. That's the only one I'm going to say I'm for sure will be a sweep. I do think Cleveland may muster out one game because they have to put Detroit to the test. But I'm calling sweep because OKC has the refs, and LeBron fans will say, oh, yeah, it's because OKC had the refs. Whatever you want to call it, he's swept. He's out of there. Now, we're not looking ahead too much, but as you said, I want to touch on it. You said Wemby and the Spurs are the only team that could really give OKC Thunder some competition. How strongly do you believe in that?
I bel I stated what I stated. I believe the Spurs are going to the finals. I believe as of today, the Spurs are going to the finals. They've shown me a lot. I think they show now again. The next time you hear from us, you see from us, my tune might change. But that's a great thing about covering basketball. All right. Nothing is permanent. None of us are fortune tellers.
Nothing.
We're here to call it like how we see it. So it is what it is. And again, they gave them issues throughout the season. So I don't see why not. I don't see why
I'm
not.
gonna back you on that only because if I could have my dream wish, if I could have my wish, it would be the Knicks and the Spurs run that back from 1999,
Run that back
and
from
the Knicks
'99.
will be the champions if we get the Spurs in the final. We're looking ahead too far, but I feel good. I feel like this is 94 all over again, and we're going to make up for the mistakes and transgressions that we've had in the past. It just feels different this year. It just feels different. It's one more thing we're going to get out of here on because we got to talk about these Knicks fans and these massive barrages that they do outside the game. We had J.R. Smith earlier this week. He was mobbed outside of the Garden. How you feeling about these fans? And do they need to take it easy? Do we need to pump the brakes a little bit? Because I know we're on this podcast and we're very hype and we're very excited about our New York Knicks. But I keep real with you. I'm not going out there bugging out over 1 and 2 games. Straight up.
Definitely not. And that's the. I want to choose my words carefully, but that's the problem with certain Knicks fans. Like, we celebrate too high too quickly. Let's get there first. Let's get
Facts.
there first. Come on now.
Facts.
What I was laughing at last night, I was laughing at the fact that Knicks took over Philly's arena.
Really.
Again, that was funny to me, but like to see them act the way they do after game one of like the first round and game one of the second round. And let's get to the Eastern Conference and game one of the and just be happy. I'm not telling you not to celebrate, but guys,
Nah.
this is why we are the most hated fan base in all of basketball.
Yes.
All right? Because we
Yes.
celebrate again in our lifetime, we've never made it to the championship. So this fan base is celebrating mediocrity.
Yeah.
Chill out. Let's get to the goal. And again, when you see the celebrities outside, they are people. Leave them
Yes.
alone. They don't want to
Let 'em
hear what
rock.
you got to say. They don't, a little head nod, a little, yo, I
That's it.
respect what you do. And that's it. Keep it pushing.
Keep
Like,
it pushing.
stop. They're regular people. Like, they're people like me
Have
and
some
you.
class.
Have some
Have some
class.
class.
Have some dignity.
Some
Jeez.
dignity. That's it. Like, it's crazy to me. And I think it's a cultural thing too, because not to hate on the younger generation, but when we were younger, watching our teams go to the finals, because we've seen the Knicks actually go to the finals.
Yeah.
We've experienced this. We've been
experienced it.
alive long enough, shout out to us, that we've actually seen them go to the finals, make runs. So we know what it's like. You got to take it easy. We've been let down before, but as I said before, this feels different. But just don't be like, people come for me, like the Boston fans, right? The Boston fans are real quiet. You ain't seen them since they've been bumped. They ain't say nothing, and it's tough. It's tough. It's matter of fact, it's even something I want to talk to you about before we get out of here. Let's talk about Jaylen Brown and his comments on the internet, because Jaylen Brown does his live stream. He basically went out there and cried about it and said, "Yeah, the refs calling the Embiid be flopping. They give him the fouls." How do you feel about him in this new age taking that to the streaming platforms and saying that on his stream?
It's a new generation. I'm sorry.
New day.
It's a new
day.
yeah. It's a new day. I've never seen it so much. Like, it's one thing for us as fans to discuss it.
Yeah.
We're watching a game. We're watching a product. We have every reason to discuss what we want to discuss. And I'm not telling these players not to feel that way, but again, I'm from an era where people just didn't complain. They took their licks, they got up, they got better, and they came in. Like I said, I'm not saying that he's wrong in how he feels, but me personally, I would not be in no podcast talking about it. I wouldn't be in the booth. I wouldn't be post interviews talking about it. It's just not my style. They played a good game. They beat us. They were the better team that night. We're gonna come back next year. That's it. Just keep it pushing.
That's it. And I think he is right about the flopping aspect of it. He is fair to say that, but again, where's the accountability? Even if you're on your stream or you're in a post-game interview, where's the accountability that your team was up 3-1? You were up 3-1 against
Right.
a team, and you're telling me he flopped 3 more straight games to beat you? Take accountability. The Celtics put up them threes, and they lost.
That's
Take
why
it
you
on the chin.
lost. That's why you lost.
You seem like a child. You want streams, you want subs, W's in the chat, you want all that. You lost. So as I say, the Celtics fans, they need to appreciate that they have a crybaby for a leader. He didn't have JT. Oh, I didn't have JT this full season. You're having your best. Oh, matter of fact, no, what he said? He said he had his best year without JT, so we're seeing some dissension in that team.
Oh
but
yeah.
I don't think Jaylen Brown stays on this team. I think he has a bigger head than it puts on, and he has this ego, and he wants to get out of there and prove that I don't need Jason Tatum, but you just showed that you do need Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
You showed you do need him on that team. So I got to give the Boston fans some love because they be in my DM. Shout out. Y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to the Boston fans and the Laker fans especially. You're going to take this sweep, and it's going to feel so good. And as Knicks fans, we rejoice because we moving on, baby. We doing what we got to do. And I think that's going to do it for us today on Shootaround Sessions podcast with me, your host, Tawasi C, and my man,
Randy B, baby. You know how it is.
You know how we do. Stay liking us. Stay subscribed to us. Like, subscribe, join the ride. W's in the chat, like the young kids say. And shout out to those people on TikTok because our episode is gonna come back. We're gonna review all these comments that we've had over the playoffs. What we got right, what we got wrong. People dissing us. Shout out to the Knicks fans who stay strong and loyal in there. And shout out to our Broad fans because y'all give us the highest viewed clips. So we got to show some love to y'all. But we're not gonna have LeBron to talk about for a long time soon, so hey, let's just enjoy it while we're here, brother.
It is what it is.
You already know. So on that note, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.